Paul here from Jackal Tactical. We are bringing you another episode of Aftermath. Sorry it's been a little while, but we've been busy. So we're gonna do a discussion here today about teams, like teams we know, and we have the LAS guys here. We also have the one and only Duct Tape. They're going to talk about their teams and some of their experiences, and we'll discuss some of the other teams along the way. So if you guys want to start off and discuss what you guys got going on in 2026.
Awesome. Well, got a lot of things going on as of recent. For instance, we're now evolving from Lebanon Airsoft Society to East Coast Airsoft Society. We're now incorporating different states into our team. We have enclaves in West Virginia and New Jersey. We are working on one in New York right now. We're also making an ambassadorship trip over to MK to hopefully get some more recruits up in that area of West Virginia, because it is like the second largest field in the U.S. Gabe's a really cool guy. He's met us a couple of times. He's come to Code Orange. So we'd like to go back out there and help them support their area too. Especially that West Virginia, like it's blowing up. Like since MK and Ashran like started existing out there, I don't think there's like any official fields out in West Virginia. At least not in their area, but they do plenty of events out there. So it's kind of like it's the opposite of ours, whereas we have like a lot of walk-ons and like a thinner amount of milsimmers. They have a lot more milsimmers and a thin amount of walk-ons. So maybe we could try to promote people from PA to go check out like places like an indoor field. That's going to be one of our main things coming up in this month at least. We've also expanded our ranks, so we went from like a ragtag team of like 25 people to now we have about 50 people in our group. So we have people that are helping us out with teching. We have people that are helping us out with communication. We have people helping us out with transportations and logistics and all this other stuff. We have people like now from other states reaching out to either me or him, asking about how they can join the enclaves in different areas. We're trying to really expand and like take over the entire East Coast. We are, the goal right now for me is to take 100 people that are doing walk-ons, they don't do events, or they're solo players and they'll have a team, and get them incorporated into something more organized. So in that aspect, we're finding people that have been like, say, they've been doing airsoft for like 5 years, right? They have their own gear, and they're like, well, I've never done an event before because I don't know anything about them. I don't have a team. I don't want to just walk onto something and be blah, 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 incorporate myself. So we just start snagging people. And when we go out and we mingle with people at local fields, say like Ambush or OXL, we always ask them, we always engage, and we're like, hey, have you ever tried a milsim before? Have you ever been in a team before? Have you been ever interested in it? And they'll usually come back with an answer of like, well, I have kids, or I have school, or I have this, that, and the third. And
a very popular one is I'm in the military.
I'm in the military, or I try to join a team, but they're way too like hard ass for me to want to join because I don't have the right gear. I'm like, fuck all that. Sorry, but come and join with us because we want to express this like to everybody that like the milsim like scene is really, really cool. You get to now incorporate your gear that you spent hundreds or thousands of dollars on, and now you actually get to use it practically for almost 10, 12, 24, 48 hours, you know what I mean, on a single field, and see how well that stuff actually holds up. And not only do you get to do that, get to go camping with your boys, get to meet new people. I don't think I've met as many more people that I ever have in my 27 years of life than I have in this hobby. Like, this sport has introduced me to like a large plethora of different style people.
Well, you also got involved in airsoft when it was at its peak.
Yeah.
Like you weren't involved in airsoft when there were 5 people playing airsoft, back in the day. So it's a little easier now when there's more stores, more fields than there was before. But I agree. I mean, what you guys are doing reminds me a lot of the Wolfpack guys. That's what they did. They had different chapters in a bunch of different states. Yeah. And sometimes they would come to like my events with like 60, 70 guys, and it's it's pretty cool to see that you're trying to do a thing. I do, and I know I've said this before, and I've told you this before. One thing I've always liked about you guys is the fact that you don't like exclude anybody. Like if people want to come and they want to play, and like not everyone has thousands of dollars to have appropriate gear, like what some people consider appropriate gear and guns and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean they can't participate, and that's what I always give you guys credit for, is the fact that you don't signal out anyone who wants to play. So
Yeah. For like example, we have I always use him as like my token milsim experiment that I had last year. His name is Paladin Evan. He's one of our like rising stars on the team. He came on to APOC for his first event, and he was so ill prepared. Had one battery, had some like makeshift AEG, had some ragtag fucking vest. You know what I mean?
SEMA AK-74U.
Yeah, he was down bad. But then over the years, we're taking him to different events, different fields,
Started
we're
learning
guiding
a little
him,
more.
and now he is one of our top players with the best gear. He has an HPA setup, he has comms, he like wants to learn how to do like RPG work for like destroying technicals. Like this is the kind of thing that we're promoting for the team, and hopefully we're gonna get more. We recently got somebody who was playing on walk-ons for years, and he has like thousands of dollars worth of gear and years of experience, but he's never wanted to like join milsims or anything like that. So this year we stole him. We're gonna bring him up to the field,
Good.
so we're gonna use him as a force multiplier.
we've actually seen a good amount of ambush players that have been playing at like places like ambush for years and never did, that started to finally come out at events. Like I know like Luke Rumor, like I've been seeing him in ambush for years and years and years, and now he's gonna start running with BI and stuff like that. So
Heck yeah.
no, it's like I said, it's good to include. Even at my events, that's why we always, I feel like, have good rules, but we never went super crazy with certain rules like other companies do and stuff, where it has to be this camo and this camo, and it's like because not everyone has, like I said, thousands. You can easily get tied up into thousands of dollars in airsoft.
Yeah.
And that sometimes can just be in one gun alone.
And not even, but not even. With that being said, spending thousands, but not even getting the proper stuff.
Yeah.
You're just spending it, thinking you need it for this or need it for that, and it's not true a lot
The
of
whole
times.
point of our team is exactly that: is to get everybody. Because like, when I started doing this and going to Milsim, Code Orange was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life. Like I had. And just recently, one of our recruits has told me, just playing at the Christmas game in Ambush, he was like, dude, this is the most fun I've had playing Airsoft in years. And he just joined our team. Like, everybody who plays Airsoft should be able to experience that, because there's no other experience like going to a milsim, like going to an abandoned prison, going to an abandoned nuclear facility, going to, like, whatever else do you ever get to do that?
Exactly. Or ride a helicopter.
Or
shoot
ride a
people.
helicopter and shoot people from the sky. Like,
Yeah, that's always the fun part.
Yes, it is. We also, like, we're trying to also promote people to use their, like, main talents inside of Airsoft. So either if, like, you're musical, you can make music for it, or if you're an actor, you can do acting for it, or if you're a techie guy, you can work on guns, or if you like to program things, you can program niche little items for, like, milsims or little cool. So, like, for example, we have, like, an engineer corps that we're making for LAS. We're trying to find, like, really techie people that really like to build things and invent things. And we're trying to bring things like mortar systems and claymores, trip mines, or IR trip mines. We're trying to build things like trackers. We're trying to build things like just really techie, cool things that's going to add, like, a niche aspect to when we come onto the field. We could be like, well, we are the intel people, and we will know everything and where everyone's at, and we know what to do. That's the idea.
I used to make some pretty awesome claymores out of rat traps.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I used to take them out there, and I sometimes would kill 16, 17 people with one claymore.
That's
because
sick.
I'd fling like 1,000 BBs at a time.
Yeah.
Out of the thing. Yeah.
hell yeah.
So it was just spring, like you just fucking.
Yeah, you just take the rat trap and you'd cut like one side of the wooden piece of it off, and you'd make a square box. You'd screw it, and you'd make it that the arms would fold in like this.
Okay.
And you put a piece of cloth in between them. So you'd put the BBs in, you fold it down, you close the box, and you just put a little pull pin tripwire. And as soon as we trip, that they fling like this, and the BBs would just launch.
That's gnarly.
So I'd put a little bit of baby powder and stuff in with them, so there'd be a little
Actually
bit of a
get an
smoke
effect.
coming out
Oh,
of it.
that's sick.
But we used to do a lot of stuff like that back in the original ambush days, when you'd have like 30 people for a walk on. We'd set traps in doorways and stuff like that.
And no one's expecting that.
When Radio Shack still existed, you could get some pretty heavy powered like earth magnets.
Yeah.
So I'd put them on the back of the claymore, and they were strong enough that if you found a piece of metal, it was just as easy as put it up against a piece of metal and it would hold.
That's
with the rare
gnarly.
earth magnets, but
That's cool. I like that. That's really
yeah,
really
we
cool.
made little ones out of the mouse traps too. It'd be this big, the claymore with two little mouse traps, and they'd fling 200 or 300 BBs at a time.
See, that's what I want to see. I want to see more of that from like people and like collectives, like people that are making like things that are gonna like not necessarily to give them like such a edge that they're gonna like dominate the field, but like something to where someone would appreciate running into a trap. You know, like that's smart, that's cool.
You do something like that, like a little trap or whatever, and it's like, even if you spent 15 minutes to set it up and you killed 2 guys, it was still worth it.
Because you know they're going to be like, that was pretty cool. I'll take the hit.
Oh, they'll be really salty the rest of the day.
Or
like,
that.
I can't believe I fell for that.
Yeah. I remember it was at Draco. I stepped on one that one of the BI guys lined up on a rig, and I stepped on it, scared them. It was the most scared I've ever been in a milsim. Because I was trying to be super quiet, and I was like, ching. And my eye just opened up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a lot of the back in the day Black Sheep milsim games, when they had their Op 4, they would set up a lot of like things like that, like tripwire. Well, I shouldn't say tripwire, but like claymores, and even as simple as like thunder bees. You tape it to a tree and you set the tripwire for the thunder bee and stuff like that.
So we were thinking of more like an IR system, so like like an infrared tripwire in between 2 nodes, and then as soon as you hit that little node, then that's when it sets it off or whatever. Or you could do it remotely from like a remote. Yeah, like
I don't know if you looked into the Stingray ones. They're pretty neat, and you can link multiples together and stuff like that.
Do they make claymores?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought they only made the RPGs.
No, we have them. We have them at the shop.
I must have missed that.
They're
At the
just
stand,
basically it kind of works similar. It's like a air powered charge that goes in the claymore, and they have it set up. You can have an actual tripwire. It has like the IR light, and then you can also link multiples together with the remote switch, and you can set off like all of them at one time and stuff like that.
Freaking cool. I like that.
It'd be good for like a demolition objective.
Yeah. See, that's neat. I like that kind of
Planting
stuff.
charges.
It's like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 all over again. We were waiting for the helicopter in Pripyat, and you're setting all the claymores down for the different waves of enemies.
Yeah, survival.
Survival. You're setting down 15 claymores in different strategic points.
Those are my favorites. Oh my god. But yeah, we're working on a couple of different like things. I'm really like trying to focus on either expansion and refining our members once we hit 100 members, and then we try to get those 100 people as like a legion, and we just make sure that those people are like encompassing different
at that
fields.
point, depending like on my events, that would be like an entire platoon.
Yeah.
Like you would take up 4 squads and have an entire platoon.
Exactly. Like taking over essentially. But like a lot of it is going to be trying to find little sections. So like for example, we have so June, Tech for Jackal now. He's our head for OXL. So like if anybody is like interested in coming up and asking questions about the team, they can always go up to him. He can funnel it to me, and hopefully he can refine the people in that area. Fazo is my head down for ambush. I'm still trying to establish one for our West Virginia and New Jersey chapter, only because I don't know the most popular areas.
Oh, you have time. I mean, first off, get to like really know those people you're gonna have out there, and then find the right guy. Then you know.
Yep. That's why we're trying to go through like a whole recruitment process. So like in order to join us, we have like, it's not rigorous and it's not like time based, but it's 10 walk-ons that you run with us, and then we have 5 events, and then those. I'd say that's long enough for us to get a feel of how you are, what you do, what you run, and
with that, we usually can see who's gonna stick around and who's not by then, because and who's gonna show up every time and who's not.
Well, yeah, because if you're, it's one thing to say you have 100 members, right? But you have 100 people that are gonna come.
Yeah.
Like I think we all could go get 100 members right now. Say they're on a team, but if they actually show up,
exactly.
I mean, our team, back in the day, we probably took it a little too serious at times. We did trainings, and we actually did trainings with like real military trainers and stuff like that, and we had a pretty big team of like 30 members.
Yeah.
But we'd go to an event, and like 28 to 29 of the 30 members would go to the events.
Hell yeah.
So.
And we're trying to do that, but also at the not the press, but we're trying to do it where we can like say, there's someone in New York, right? And the New York guy has an insight on, hey, there's an event coming down here. We want to try to get as many people down here as we possibly can. Well, all the people that are in the area, well, if they're spread out through the state, west to east, or north to south, you can hitch rides, hopefully, like hopscotch over to an event, and it'll save you logistically. Now, knowing locals down there, you can find the best places to stay, or the best places to eat, or the best places to hang out, or visit, or vacation. Get the full experience out of your travel time rather than just going to an event, doing the event, and leaving. You can go there, party it out, go see some local stuff that you're never going to see again probably, and then go home. And get a full experience out of it rather than just doing what you're supposed to do. Don't get me wrong, I used to do that whole thing too, where I was like, I gotta focus on just this. But now I want to go out and like explore just the general area of where I'm at, you know what I mean?
If I could give you guys a little criticism for your team.
Always.
One thing I noticed is if one person has something go wrong at the event, your whole team then is miserable because of it.
Right.
You need to stop, you need to like stay away. If that person's going to be like a poison at that moment, you need to step him aside and let him be a poison by himself somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it automatically drags you guys down. Like a gun breaking is airsoft, and that's normal.
Yep.
My fat ass has been medics at multiple airsoft events because I had no gun. Because
Right.
I would be unprepared and only bring like one gun and stuff like that. So like the best criticism I could come is like, don't let one person on your team ruin it for everybody else because they're upset or mad about something. It's airsoft. Staff and refs are only human. People are not going to call their hits. That's part of airsoft, and they're not going to ever fix that.
Right.
There's no way of fixing that. In fact, it's worse now than it ever was in airsoft.
Unbelievably.
Yeah,
You know, so, and that also comes with more people being there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you know, say you go to an event and you think people aren't calling their hits, it's, you know, one to two times an event's not a big deal. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, just don't. I see you guys get a little discouraged sometimes with that kind of stuff. Like, just if this person on your team can't shut the hell up and he's flipping out, step him aside, let him flip out in his car or something for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because as soon as one person drives, my team was subject to it multiple times as well. We'd be kicking ass at an event, and one stupid thing would happen and like ruin everyone's time.
Right.
And just don't let that happen. Like, remember the things you said. Some of the most fun things about airsoft, and especially with people joining your team now, isn't the event itself. It's the hanging out with everybody. It's the camping with everybody. It's the eating with everybody.
Yes,
Some of that is 10 times more fun than the event itself.
Yeah.
And like, remember that, you know.
I'm actually really glad you brought that up because we had an incident kind of sort of recently where we had, I'm not going to give names, but a player and a ref get into it, and we had to like take care of that situation. And after that, we had a meeting and was like, this is how it's going to be from now on. If anybody has a problem with anybody on the field, you come to me or Nico directly.
Yeah.
And that's the
Like,
best thing to do.
no
Like I said, not only will one bad person, and I'm not saying everyone, I flip out and stuff too playing airsoft.
Oh,
like
yeah.
we all have, and we all do. But I'm saying that like it doesn't look good for your team,
Oh, yeah.
the players,
It's
or it
professional,
doesn't look
so.
good for your team in someone else's eyes.
Yeah.
If you're out there flipping out and being the problem, like, just believe me, it was hard on our team back in the day. Death Watch and Bad Influence, the original Bad Influence, we hated each other with a passion, and it was a problem on the fields. Like like looking back on them, it's like, man, like we were adults, man. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
How like crazy we took it, you know. And it took for a little bit of time there. I almost quit playing airsoft probably about 10, 12 years ago because it became too much of a job, and it just wasn't enough fun anymore with all the arguing and fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
I had my experience like that at the end of it. Like, it was at Code Orange. We had another incident with one of our members. And,
is this when you lost something that was in your backpack?
No, that was at the first one. That was
God,
at the first
remember
one.
that?
No, but we had a recent incident where we had somebody at Code Orange. He was having like a bad time, and anyway, long story short, it like threw us all for a loop because we weren't all expecting it, and it was just like out of the cuff, like out of nowhere. And the fact that it was such a high-ranking member, and the fact that it was such an important event, and when it happened, and how it went down, I learned a lot from my experience. And what I've learned is that, like, you can't control what people are gonna do and how they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So,
Especially adults.
yeah. So I've been reading a self-help book. It's called How Not to Give a Fuck. That's actually what the title is.
Sounds
really
like a
cool
good book if I would read.
Yeah. But
If I could read.
I was going to say if I could read.
a lot of it's been teaching like that, just letting things roll off your back, and everything will eventually settle down, and everything will go back to status quo at some point. Sometimes it's harder, sometimes it's easier.
It goes back to that simple, don't sweat the small stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you look at your life right now, like, I have so many things going on with work and family, and I'm gonna let some douchebag at an airsoft game justify my
Exactly.
weekend
Just because he's having a bad fucking day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's just like I said. It's we've all like being a ref for years at Ambush, and then hosting my own events and being staff at my own events. Like, you don't know how many times I had to go talk to people. It's like, look, man, you got to calm down.
Yeah.
Like, you're ruining this experience for your guys and for other people because you're acting like a maniac. Like, you know.
And especially with like this is like an evolution that we're going through. I never even thought about doing something like this, like a whole like 100-member thing that I wanted to go for. I just always wanted to keep it down to like a ragtag team of like 10, 15 people. But then when I started mingling, like, you know how I am, I go around, I talk to a lot of people. Like, that's my personality. And a lot of the time I always talked about people, about the team, and about like what things we do, and go to OWM events. And a lot of them are like, that sounds really cool. And I'm like, well, have you not done this? I've seen you around this field like 3 years. What's up? And they're like, no, I never even thought about it. Let's go. Come on. Let's make this happen. And
Well, we need more people like
Yeah.
you. Like the game, Airsoft has taken a huge hit in the last 2 years. People who are deniers they're just deniers, and I have the facts.
Yeah.
I have the numbers to show it how Airsoft is taking a hit, and I do believe not enough people doing what you're doing there is one of the reasons why.
Well, a lot of people gatekeep, and that's the really shitty part about the sport, is that like there's so many cool like things that if we as a community came together and we all bounced ideas off each other instead of like, this is my idea, fuck you can't even refine it the way you want to, or hey, you know what, I'm not going to tell you anything on how to do this because I wanted to keep it to myself. Well, like, that's not going to help anybody.
It's not even like, if you're gonna take somebody's idea, I mean, give credit where credit's due. But,
exactly.
like, don't be a whole friggin' baby about it, you know? Like,
Exactly.
Well,
But
I try to get people to come and play Airsoft, and they won't even come out and play. They're like, "Oh yeah, I love guns. I love doing all this other stuff, but like, I want to go to a Milsim event." I'm like, "All right, let's go. I know a perfect one." They're like,
Exactly.
"Oh no."
Well, being a producer, so like over the years, and I mean, Greg and I have had these conversations already. Like, the amount of people that have like taken my ideas and stole them for their own events. I mean, we literally have had companies who we found them, they copy and pasted our rules completely and like forgot to take out an Otherworld Milsim section or whatever in the rules, you know. But at the end of the day, I could look at it two different ways. I could be like, you know, that's fucking makes me mad that people are copycats and at least don't give credit where credit is due. But then part of me is like, you know what, maybe I made the best rules. And maybe I've over the years, you know, 15 years of making rules and refining my rules, that I have the best rules. And maybe that's why, because we've had 6 or 7 either fields, indoor fields, outdoor fields, or event producers that have completely copied and Xeroxed our rules over the years.
And like, it sucks that people won't ever do that because people are like, well, it's just general information. Like, no, it's not. I took time to actually like
general information,
do this shit and figure it out.
And years of experience.
My first rule set, you know, everyone started somewhere. Like back in the day, with my first rule set, I looked at event producers that I went to that I either really loved and I really hated, and I looked at their rules and I'd be like, okay, this made sense for this game, it doesn't make sense for mine. How do I make this rule my own? And I give a lot of credit to Black Sheep Milsim for having a good solid rule set. I use a lot of their stuff. My friends from Canada, Force Recon, I used a lot of their stuff, which a lot of their game rules came from Black Sheep as well. And I looked at producers like I didn't care for their rules like a whole lot, like American Milsim and Masato and stuff like that. It's nothing against them. I personally just didn't feel like their rule sets fit with my game. Mm-hmm. So it took, though, I mean, we changed in probably 5-6 rules. We're tweaking them every single event or every year. And we do it to like... And sometimes people are like, man, I hate that new rule, it's stupid. And then after they do it, they're like, oh, well, now I really see why you did this. Yeah. Like, reloading on the field. Everyone was so against that. There were people that said, they're no longer coming to my events, they don't like that they can't reload on the field, blah, 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 blah. But then after we did one event, guy came to me, he's like, you know what, man, like, we had to really work as a team and check each other's ammo, how many mags you have, because we couldn't just sit in a castle for 5 straight hours shooting out because we were going to run out of ammo.
Yes,
Exactly.
it's like an Alamo situation sometimes.
You know, and the same we got a lot of slack too when we didn't allow bleed outs anymore at our events. But I just never was a fan of the fact that you can run up there 100 yards from your buddies, get killed, and you can walk back to your buddies, get medic back in. No, stay with your squad, stay together.
If you want
Or
to do
die.
a risky move, you know, you took the risk. Yeah.
Bring up the DMR rule.
The DMR rule.
The new DMR rule.
Oh yeah, we are. I know we're gonna piss some people off, but it's all right. Depending on what happens with events this year, I'm still kind of in the air, to be honest with you, with events. Had a pretty stressful year last year, so we are going to be going to high caliber magazine guns for DMRs, like the M110A1 there on the table. That way, it's going to eliminate us having to tag guns. We'll know that's a DMR class gun. That's a DMR class gun. If it's shooting higher, it's allowed to be shooting higher.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's no reason to have an M4 like classified as a DMR. But yeah, we try to promote like everybody to come in. For instance, like one of the things I've been trying to do with like the new recruits is like I always tell them like this is why we are doing it. We are trying to get a bunch of people in and refine them. I was like, if you have any friends that you think that you want to just do walk-ons, we don't require people to just be full-fledged members. We have recruit sections for people that don't come out to like 3 walk. So we like to be a full-fledged member to keep a membership. You have to come to 2 to 3 events a year. Depending on like your lifestyle, like obviously if I see you have no kids or no job and you don't come out to any events, like well, I don't know what the hell you're doing. But if you have kids, you have a lifestyle and all this other stuff, like I'm going to obviously be a little bit more, you know, workable.
Do you require people to pay?
So we are starting a full-fledged membership payment. It's going to be $50 a year, and that'll get you the benefits of going to OXL, use this as the trailer at Ambush. We're working on other external sponsorships from other fields.
It'll pay for your jerseys as well, your hats.
No, I think it's smart. We used to do I want to say it was $50 or $100 a year for the members, and then we also did a $10 if you went to an event, a $10 membership fee for the event. And what that did was sometimes would pay for food for events or to rent the van for events.
Yeah.
And then we also would, if you had someone that's down and out in the team, we would allow, one person every whatever, and 2-3 years. If you couldn't afford to go to an event, the team would pay for that person. Because like we wanted people to come. Like I said, we understand that not everyone has money to do a $300 event. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I think it's. I know Bad Influence does fees for membership, and they use the money for similar things, like sometimes ammo and.
Well, what
like
I was
that.
really thinking about doing is like media presence is obviously like the biggest thing nowadays. We want to make sure that we have passive advertising for like the team and what we're doing and how to keep up with us. So, for example, we want to get like A stands, like those A advertisement stands that you see outside of stores. And they'll have like 2 sides of posters and whatnot. We want to do that, but have like QR codes for either like a website, services that we can do. We can also promote like this is our calendar, this is what we're doing, this is how you can help. If you want to donate, you can do it here. Just something like that. That way, I don't have to be at every field
And
all the time.
you could easily 3D print something like that. I mean, that's what we did. We
didn't
3D
think
print
about that.
for my like events now, we want everyone to do the waiver all digitally.
Yeah.
We just 3D printed a sign with the
code.
QR code and.
See, yeah, and that's one of the biggest things I want to start using these funds for is to make sure, or we can start getting people like just really small Chinese GoPros or whatever, and then get the mounts for everybody, have them hooked up. That way, we can have 20 different POVs on the field, and so what we do collectively is we have everybody, when we go to events or walk-ons, we have a Google Drive that we throw all of our files into. That way all of our content creators can use all the different files and all the different angles and whatnot. Because there could be instances where you kick in a door, you're wiping out a couple people, and instantly you're dead. Now you want to see guy 2. Guy 2 comes in, he does his work, he dies, go switch over to guy 3, and it just kind of works in tandem.
You should alternate and have, instead of guys having cameras facing forward, you should have them on their guns facing them.
See, yeah.
That's how I used to do all my videos back in the day. That's why I would get 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 views a video.
If we could do that in a barrel cam on each person, that would be huge. I don't think any team really does that.
Most of these cameras are pretty inexpensive these days. I mean, those run cams do a really good video, and they're pretty what, $100, $150 for.
Yeah, you don't need like
a
anything
run
too
cam.
Our
extravagant.
buddy Paladin just bought one of those cameras, and his video footage literally looks like a live leak footage from like Afghanistan.
Yeah, it
We
gives
used
it a whole
to.
other
I should
flavor.
actually, if I find them, Nico, I will hook you up. I gotta find them first. I have probably 5 to 10 of the old Contour cameras.
Okay.
That's what the military. It's funny because that's what the military used when they killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
They all had them on their helmets, and had them on. You could see the little light on them. But we, as a team, we did fundraisers and we bought all them cameras. And at the time, they were like $350 a camera.
Holy shit.
But I think they were only 1080p HD. But those things were nice because you could go at the wall. And you could have it on your head, and you'd push a button, and it would shine a laser at the wall and show you if it's like weren't straight, and you could adjust it to get the shooting straight to make sure you're viewing where you want to view.
That's neat.
On the camera.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Contour cameras. I just never actually look at the.
If I just have to. My basement and stuff's a mess where that kind of stuff would be, but if I find them, I'll let you know. You guys, I think, would have a good time.
So now
with
you
them.
can get 15 POVs when I kill your entire team with one grenade again.
Man,
That was hilarious.
I'll tell you what, those-
it was.
I love when
That was
I love when shit
hilarious.
happens like that to me. Like I'm not even upset when like cool things like that happen and I get killed in airsoft. Like cool things like that.
Hell
I don't even get a little upset about that stuff.
Did you even hear about that at Creston?
Dude, to be honest with you, airsoft kind of all bleeds together now. So
Makes sense.
maybe someone told me, but
So we were at Crescent. I was down in the basement messing around with Lobster because he's got night vision too. Yeah, I knew as soon as I was going to say it as soon as I said that. I was trying to get him more used to night vision, everything, the differences between my duels and his single and everything. So we were messing around in the dark, and I hear all you guys coming down the hallway. So I'm like, all right. I don't know if that's good, tan or green. And I hear everyone start yelling at each other, green, green. I'm like, all right, cool. They have no idea where the fuck I am. I'm in this dark corner behind a half-closed door. So I watch. First of all, where the room that I am, you can see the far wall you can see the shadow of the sunlight coming through because that hallway that you guys were at has a window.
Oh, he
so
took
it's
a
letting
page from
all
Sun
natural
Tzu's
light
book.
in.
I see.
So I could just see the shadows moving. And I'm like, all right, that's 1, 2, 5, 15. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of people. And so I peeked out physically look down that hallway, and I saw you're all facing away. I was like,
golden shot,
Golden
money shot,
moment!
baby.
I was gonna start to engage, but I was like, nah, I know what to do with better than this. I rolled that thing like a fucking bowling ball all the way down. That was a long hallway too,
Yeah.
and I managed to get it in between all of you guys, and everyone's like, oh, what was that? Poof!
speaking of night vision, if anyone could find my stolen night vision, I'll pay a nice reward
Yeah.
for that.
That would be
Put a
great.
wanted poster right here.
So yeah, I
Stolen
think
from where?
Out of his
we
van.
don't know exactly. We believe it was at one of my events. It was taken out of my van. So
Yeah, that's not
yeah, it was pretty fun to have that year have to have 2 events worth of profits just to buy my night vision back.
No questions asked.
Yeah, no questions asked. Return it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if someone has their property stolen, just person wants it back. There's no need to be all.
I promise you
concerned.
won't get beat up.
Not this
Much.
time. Next time, though, maybe.
much.
Fool me once.
Not to a complete pulp, but just enough to learn the lesson.
Yeah, over the years, man, I had a couple things taken, but that was the big
That's
kicker
not
there.
cool.
See, I think that's one thing I am blessed with. Throughout all the years that I have done Airsoft, I haven't had... Now, I might have had, like, glasses that I loaned out, not returned or some shit, but I haven't had anything like a gun or gear or equipment stolen yet. And I thank God, like, hopefully.
I know. I feel bad. Jinja has shit taken from him all the time.
Yeah.
My second year airsoft thing, I ambushed someone when we were before BI had the BI trailer, and we were all crowding all up in there. I had left my wallet in one of my bags, and someone had gone in there, took my credit card out of my wallet, wrote down the numbers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then went home and bought.
I remember that.
Like $400 on Amazon, and this was right before my first Code Orange. So like Nigo literally paid the whole cost for me to go to Code Orange for my first year.
Remember,
it's
lock
like
your stuff up.
People suck.
People suck.
People do
Lock
suck.
your stuff
The only
up.
thing
I chased a kid into the parking lot for a free Bang 22 once. He picked it up. I threw it down the hallway. It went off. They all called out. He just reached down and grabbed it and started walking off.
Oh my god.
Reminds me of that Silo video where the dude's just tracking him with the active tracker. He's like, hey, you got my thing. He's like, no, I don't. Just keeps walking, throws it into a bush. No, I don't.
I'll tell a quick story. Funny, it's not airsoft related, so Greg can cut it out of the video if he wants to cut it out of the video. But I don't know if you remember, like before the tap, back in the day, probably going back, I'd say 10 years ago, there was like a blue chip. Some of these cards, it might have been a chase card, had this like blue chip, and you could tap that on certain machines. And like not many people had them or whatever. And the one time I was at McDonald's, where Radio Shack was, I was at McDonald's, I worked at Radio Shack. And the next day I went home and like $3,200 was charged on my card because their machine was reading my blue chip in my pocket, and everyone's stuff coming to McDonald's ordering kept charging to my card. And it took me 6 months of fighting with McDonald's to get my money back on that card.
Oh man, that's actually nutty.
It just made me think of that when people steal it. I was like, man, everyone thought some nice guy's buying all their food or something, you know, but...
Holy I mean, hey, at the end of the day, I guess McDonald's paid for it, huh?
They did eventually. It just took a long time, but...
Yeah, I haven't really had much stuff stolen from me, like, just gone up to my stuff and stolen. I've had stuff stolen off the field because it, like, fell off my kit.
Yeah.
And, I didn't lose it. Like, I knew it was gone right away as I went back to go and get it. When I go back to go and get it, like, I had a couple mags. Someone just swiped some mags.
I always feel bad. I always feel bad after every event for like 3 months after the event. People are messaging me or calling me, "Hey, was there this in the loss amount? This in the loss amount?" I'm like, look, listen. 99.9% of the time, if you leave a gun or drop a pistol or an expensive grenade, it is not getting returned.
Just walking right off with it.
It's got your name on it.
100%. And we never just put it out on the table for anyone to come pick through it. If they're guns or whatever, I take them home. I leave them in the box. And if you call and say, "Hey, I lost a Glock 17 or whatever. Do you have one?" And I open that box and there's one there, sure.
This person's getting one.
But I never like
call in and gamble.
I'm never just giving people's guns away. I know at the last event, actually, I think Tyler, he found a Glock. And actually, I told him, like, no one claims it or whatever. But then actually, it was like 3 months later, someone contacted me and asked me. And it was theirs. There was like initials on the inside of the magwell. On the inside of the gun. So they
my mags are initialed.
Yeah, I learned my lesson after the
actually, all my stuff,
Christmas game.
Let me put this on camera. All my stuff is initialed, and I know where the initials are. You won't see them, so don't touch my shit.
Well, it's crazy at ambush. Like, all the lost and found gets put on the counter, and I walk by, and I just can't... Like, I go like this, and my head, it hurts. Like, you'll see all these, like, $50, $60 mags, all these EPM ones. It's like... People, I would be coming up to the lost and found after each match if I lost EPM ones and stuff like that. And there's piles of, and people just will come and take that shit, So
I learned my lesson after the Christmas game last year when I broke my KWA in half, by accident. In my video, the mag comes out of the gun, and you can see the dude who helped me up off the ground pick up the mag and put it in his pocket.
Oops.
I didn't realize it until I was.
Well, he thought he did a good, deserved a reward.
I guess
that was his tip.
My full mag too.
Oh, I thought it was mine.
Yeah, lucky he didn't come over to you with a screen. It was like, here, I'll look.
Yeah, like I said, there's definitely been some theft over the years, but. Like,
I mean, that's in any hobby.
You can't, like, people will blame me, they'll be like, "Oh, you're a vet, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, dude, no one told you to let your trunk of your car open as you're walking. I wouldn't do that if I'm anywhere.
Don't leave a yard sale and go on the field.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't do that anywhere. I wouldn't leave my trunk of my car open and, but.
Yeah, I mean, people are shitty at the end of the day, and it's nice to know that people return things, though, because it just makes them that much more virtuous. For example, our Paladin, he lost his brand new revolver that he just got, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a $100 revolver, whatever, I'll get another one." And he got it back, and I was like, "Oh, I guess it's just a $100 revolver, I'll take it."
I don't know, there is, I'll admit at ambush over the years sometimes, there'd be like a kid or whatever would come into me and be like, "Hey, I found this wallet." I'm like, "Did you open it?" Or like, "No." And they would like, you'd open it, something be like $500-$600 in cash. Like, you could have easily taken that cash out and threw the wallet back down or whatever. But like, people have been pretty good with that over the years with ambush. I remember the one time keys. I mean, don't ever take your keys on the field. And one guy's flipping out, and his kid came in, "Hey, I found these on the field." Like, you think that's like a needle in a haystack. Like, you're never gonna.
I always leave my keys somewhere where I know they're not going to be moving throughout the day. I know they're going to stay where they're at, and if they have moved, it's because somebody has moved them.
Yeah.
And usually it won't be in a pocket or anything. It'll be hanging up on a wall. That way somebody, or if I'm walking around, I'll know where it's at. But, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, like, it's also, like, I don't know. Like, getting stuff stolen sucks, but it's unfortunately a part of life because of people. And if you're in a hobby where it's a bunch of people, you're bound to find a bad apple in there.
Yeah, I mean,
But don't let that discourage you from wanting to come out and play, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you can
just
get
be
in any
smarter
hobby
with your
and
stuff.
shit will get
Yeah, if you
stolen.
start your stuff, I mean, hell, I have 2 little locks I keep on my gearboxes now.
And
Okay.
actually, I think I
So
saw a
that's-
statistic
that's it.
like I think it's like almost 50% of theft is someone you know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like almost 50%.
It's because people will use.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this another episode. If you guys ever want to get on the field, enjoy hanging out with an Airsoft team, you can always come to me from Havoc Airsoft, the guys over at East Coast Airsoft Society, or you can always message Paul or come to Jackal Tactical and ask about joining a team. You can always work the network. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and please support your local airsoft stores. Thank you.